Hello and welcome back. In today's video we are gonna shape the back of the neck. As you can see right here, I hope you can see, it is square right now, but it shouldn't be. So I just want to quickly show you here, because I did a little bit of extra work. I finalized the shape in last video. I shaped it and then I finalized it in between, just a little bit extra. And I also shaped this, but I want to show you, and that's why I'm holding the camera right now, because I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit easier to share this with you. But you can see here how I've drawn out like a half little moon thing, and then around here I've drawn out, and that's just the shape I'm going with. And now I'm just gonna connect those two together. So let's see if we can get you in for a closer look. Will the camera please focus? There we go. So you can see that line there and that line there. And so if I connect those two lines, I have a center line drawn out as well, which maybe you can see a little bit of. It's a little bit hard for the camera because of all the color stains. And I'm staying about 1 mil away from the fretboard on both sides. And I've drawn out these lines. And if I just connect these two lines, basically this corner here, and to begin with, I'm going to use this file, but I'll talk a little bit more about different tools as we get along. And just by connecting these two lines, the upper here and this line here, and I'll go to the center line here, and then I'll switch it out. Something like that. You can take a razor blade and I can just scrape it a little bit, angle it away from the fretboard so that I don't accidentally scrape the fretboard, because we don't want to touch the sides of the fretboard. And you can see how I'm starting to get in there. And so now we have a perfect little scoop right there. I'm just going to turn the camera over to the other side and we'll continue. Yeah, so here you can see again, I have the upper line here that takes it in, but I have the under line here. So if I just go in this corner here and I go sort of deep here, just gonna hog away a little bit of material first to give me some space. You can see sort of how I'm able to get in there. And then we can connect the two sides over the center line that we have drawn out, which makes it a tiny bit of a peak in the middle. But we can just go over and connect them and get it off and remove it. And there we have established the roundover. And as you can see, I'm holding it with both my hands, and I'm just using a little bit. I feel with my hand, and yeah, that feels nice, feels comfortable, and like it's not in the way. You see, it's a little asymmetrical, I think. Good. Just gonna pull this in a little bit. Like so. The same thing here. Just to create that nice little roundover. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. Yeah. Something like that, I think. I think that's nice. Now I can take one of these measuring gauges. We can press it in. And we just need to align everything. We can get a reading. That looks like it's pretty even, actually. Not completely, but I think we can manage to get that out a little bit as we go along. Now, as we have established these, and I might go back and forth a little bit just to make sure that I'm happy, we can actually take a regular planer and we can match up you see, very easily we can match these up. And what's good about that is because these lines are all straight, and this will only cut straight, so we won't have to worry about any divots or bumps or anything like that. We can just, whoops. I gotta put on another clamp just to make sure it doesn't move. So yeah, I'm just gonna hog away a little bit. And if you want to, you can also use spook shape. Looks like this. Just see if we can get rid of that. I don't know if this is easier or better. You know, like that. I think I'm gonna continue with this one because I enjoy it. You can also take something like a rasp. Where did I put it? I had it here a moment ago. Oh, there you are. And you can hog it away with that. And also it'll just go like that. And then when you've got it down a bit, you move on to the next part, you go like that. The only thing that is a problem is you might get divots and bumps and weird movements. But honestly, as long as you keep track of it, I don't think you'll have a problem. And you can always go over your hand and feel it. So, like for example, right here, definitely have a bump. Right here, I definitely have a bump. But that's because this is closer to where I want it to be than the rest. And I don't know if you can tell, but we haven't been filming that long. We haven't been working that hard. And we are basically done with half the neck, just with this little planer. Now obviously we have to fine tune it, but you know, the rough sort of outline is very near to done. So yeah, I'm gonna turn off the camera and just do the exact same thing I just did, but on the opposite side. You know, just going like this. Yeah. This is a perfect time for you guys to tell me like how much of the working part you want to see. Like, is it okay for me to just show you something once and then be like, just repeat on the opposite side? Or do you want to actually see it on the opposite side as well? Yeah, I mean, this video is obviously recorded before you can comment on it, but you know, help me out for future videos, you know? See you in a bit. Okay, so now I have done the same thing to both sides. So, took off the squareness on one side and then the other side. Okay, so take a look here. I'll move you around a little bit. There's the cup with the coffee, 2 cats. And here's the neck. And it's looking pretty good, you know, and it feels nice. You know, I can't really say anything else. You know, I take a razor blade and just finalize it a little bit like this. Obviously, I think I need to sand it. That was a joke. I mean, it wasn't a joke that I have to sand, but the joke that I think I have to sand it. Damn it, what am I explaining here? Anyway, it's very easy. I'm gonna see if I can give you a better view. Now, there are a couple of ways to think here. One way is that you have the neck and you can just feel it. You can just hold the guitar and sort of feel the neck up and down. And if it feels good and nice, then it most likely is good and nice. You don't have to overdo it more than that. You don't have to go crazy over something, you know. Next thing is you can either make templates or buy templates for the contour of the neck. You can try to match things up with those. You measure somewhere around maybe the 12th fret, for example, depending on what sort of template you got, and somewhere around 1st or 3rd or something. It sort of depends on the template, and you make sure you get a perfect match, and then you basically match up the in-betweens with a planer of some sort, for example. And that's a perfectly good way to do it. Another way you can do it is that you can sort of go for feel, and then you can take something like this, for example, and you can hold things up and you can try to see the shape and measure it. And like, for example, here you can see now the shape that's right here. It does look like this neck is a little bit bigger on this side. So right here I should probably take away a little, and then I can push it forward a bit. And yeah, it seems like it's still here. Push it forward, push it down. Yeah. And now here, it seems like it's a little bit here. There. Yeah. A little up here. Something like that. Let's begin with that. So I should take off a little here. And there. Right there. And I can, depending on how uneven it looks, depending on how uneven it looks, you can take off a lot. Or you can take off very little. And yeah, I feel like you decide for yourself a little bit how hardcore you want to be with the neck profile, because some people are very into the whole like, no, but it's a modern C, or it's a oval, modern oval, or whatever it's called, the flatter back one. And when it comes to neck shape, I can understand that when it comes to maybe producing something that you sell, and you want to have a way of translating the feel of the neck to someone so that they know what they're getting, you know. But I feel like you can also, you don't have to be overly extreme. So now I can hold the neck here and I can feel it. And this seems very nice. I am thinking that maybe this is a bit, this neck is a bit thick. That's what I'm thinking right now. Holding it right here, like this. So I think maybe I'll get rid of some thickness. So if I put this in here, and I put this on here, we start off by maybe measuring around third, for example. What do we have there? We have 24, and that's with the fretboard. Now the fretboard is a little bit thicker than intended, to be honest. So that might explain it. But we need to be careful. Can we try to get some sort of measurement on the... This is not going to be super accurate. No. That's 17. It's a pretty good, but I think I can remove a little bit. So let's maybe here's the middle. I don't really know how much that is actually gonna do for me. Don't know if that was enough. So we remove the mill up there. let's just take a look. It's a little bit higher on this side. Seems like that's my go-to thing. I'm making it just a little bit higher on. Yeah. Which is, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It can be nice. Okay, let's take it off again and feel it. Oh wait. Let's just take a measurement here first. And we're down to 22.5. Yeah, it's probably good. Considering the thickness of the fretboard, which is a little bit more than maybe I intended. Let's feel here. Yeah. Maybe. Looking down the neck. Looking down the neck. Feeling it. Yeah. I think it looks nice, so that's good. But it is maybe a little thick. I don't know. Question is, can we get it to be less thick before we hit the truss rod? I mean, yes, we can definitely take away some. Okay, let's just clamp it down again. And let's continue. And I think I'm gonna go back to what I did before, which is planing with this right here. And just trying to get down, just remove another mill, I think, or something. Alright, so here is the guitar right now. Here's the body, and here's the neck. And here is the back headstock, and the neck joint where it meets, and yeah, I think it all looks good. It needs a little bit of sanding, of course. And as you probably can tell, the paint job I made on the sides needs to be remade because I accidentally scratched it a little bit and had to redo it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, that I could keep my hands steady enough, but I went a little bit too far at one point, so yeah, I'll have to just I've already sort of at least somewhat removed the old paint, so now I just gotta redo it, but I have the old paint still, you know, here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of water to it so that I can, anyway, doesn't matter. I'll do that off camera, and then I'm gonna sand the guitar. I think that's the next step. Yeah, and then we can finally paint the guitar. Whew. Which is gonna be fun. I think that's the next video, because I think I'm gonna skip the whole showing you how to sand the guitar. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you learned something. The neck is now about 21 mil thick, but I don't want to go any deeper than that really, because a lot of that thickness, or not a lot of it, but like 6 mil of that or something like that, not really, is the fretboard. And the fretboard is a little bit thicker than I'd like it to be, but that's the way it is. I think 21 is, it's a little bit thicker than I would like, but it's not that thick. It's not, you know, it's okay. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. I also rechecked, did all the steps again, and we still are not completely 100% symmetrical. It's a little bit thicker on the bass side, but I really like the way the neck feels right now when I hold the guitar like this and have my hand going up. I mean, it is a little bit on the thicker side, but I still feel like it's nice. So I'm gonna do some sanding, some repainting, and prep the body for when it's time to do the actual coloring on it. So yeah, I'm gonna go now edit this video. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're new here, subscribe and you'll have more videos to watch and all of that. Give the video a like, talk to me in the comments below. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye for now. Wah!